in life, you always have to be willing to start over and build yourself up, and to remember that you're not living your life to please other people. And if you don't follow your heart and pursue your dreams, you might just kind of end up trying to make other people happy, which means you might not think about your own happiness. I'm telling you that because when it comes to fitness life and your own goals, life keeps on going, including fitness life, with or without us. And for me, I know that if I don't seize the training day today, and if it's planned, there's not going to be a stronger self later. You know, that's the one who shows up on January 1, 2026. And until then, I'm kind of just going to lay low. And the other day, I had a great dialogue with my nephew. He's a teenager. And he's really disputing everything. He just wants to play games and be on YouTube all day long. He doesn't feel there's a need to go to school. And he kind of want an incentive. His incentive to go and work for his future with educating himself is so he can play. And that made me think about your and mine, our motivation. That if you're living your fitness life to kind of just show up to have a good looking body, or if that's still your goal, then that's not gonna last. Because with life, let's say you're 70, it's not gonna be kind of realistic to only be motivated by a visually pleasing body. That if you build your whole life on achieving a certain body goal, then what are you gonna do if you never will have 100% satisfaction from it? Because life gives you lemons, right? And what are you gonna make it with it? Beer? It's one thing of being young and having all the potential. It's another thing to continue and keep on being positive and happy. So in fitness life, when you're setting up goals and wonder why you're doing what you're doing, and let's say you're already healthy, so maybe you don't need a health motivation. So all beyond health. Remember now that without health you have nothing, right? So beyond that, and when it comes to visual fitness, lean muscles, abs, shoulder, round shoulders, developed back, perky glutes, strong thighs, whatever you have there that you want. Now, if you forget that every day that you're working on this masterpiece to achieve perfection, which we always see the post on social media about, it's not about the perfection, I'm not trying to get perfect. You know, they're underplaying all the time about we are not expecting ourselves to be perfect, but aren't we anyway, right? So in that pursuit of perfection, there has to be an innate understanding that what is perfection. Because in the critical eye, plus how life is and the body is, there will be always something that you need to work on. And not for aesthetic reasons, but might be imbalance, it might be injuries. But in bodybuilding, there will always be something that you can improve upon. Which for me, when I signed up for bodybuilding, that was the whole joy. The joy I found and discovered in bodybuilding, that was the work will never be done. That for me, the most important thing for me to commit to bodybuilding for life was knowing I would never achieve the ultimate goal of perfection in body. So now think about if you never kind of get to that moment where you enjoy the daily practice of eating healthy, master discipline, moderate and manage your cravings, stretch, train hard, rebuild your workouts, overcome injuries, all those natural lessons that fitness life gives you. Now imagine if you don't enjoy that. For you it's about, I gotta just do it. I don't have to enjoy it. I hate my cardio. I don't want to do my cardio. I don't want to train. I don't want to do. I just want to what? Have you ever thought about what is it that you're chasing? You might never have had that philosophical kind of ingoing journey about why am I doing this? For who am I doing this? So life evolves and you gotta evolve with it. Let's say that in your fitness routine you have the mindset of I just have to achieve a certain fitness shape or condition. I'm gonna be in shape for a holiday. And you never get any close to it because you keep on quitting. You keep on telling yourself you're gonna do it Monday. As in case with my dialogue with my nephew. So he said, well, I'm gonna start doing my homework right away instead of procrastinating it, because when I think about it I get anxiety, and every day then I just want to kind of keep on running away from it, and I get away. I said, oh really? So how come you not just do it now then? I said. And he looked at me and said, what do you mean? Yeah, instead of waiting and get anxiety, why don't you just do it now? Start with one page and then tomorrow is another page. It's the whole thing of pushing it forward that gives you anxiety and stress. So then he wanted me to give him, it's not my role in this, but you know, that he was gonna do his homework on the screen. So he said, oh yeah, okay, I can do it on the computer. So, oh no, not the computer, here's the book or the paper, you don't need the computer. And then it turns out that that was just him thinking that now he could kind of find a way to get his screen time and then later do the homework. So he didn't know, he didn't see through his own colors, that it was only motivational to do it now because he thought there's going to be a carrot, he's going to have reward of do a little bit of homework and then he has the screen. So I said, well, there is no screen. And guess what? The homework wasn't done. He didn't want to do it because he didn't get the carrot of having the computer and kind of sneak in more screen time after. So then the homework wasn't done again. And then he got upset, and then the next day there wasn't any work done there either because now he didn't want to. And then, of course, it's going to be starting over Monday. So the same diet starts Monday, and fitness, life, transformation starts next year. It's the same thing. And it takes time to kind of learn about that, but also a willingness to learn. That a lot of people work or live their whole life without wanting to really learn how you keep on sabotaging yourself, keep on lying, because in the moment you do, you rather just escape your own work you need to do for your goals and your dreams. So it's not weird at all that you wonder why you keep on falling off your plan. It's the natural way, the most normal way of people. People who don't want to see themselves for truth in the mirror because it's hard, it hurts. So what is the truth? And there's not, this universal truth. But in the universal truth of humanity or humankind is that if there is a way to get out of the work we want to do, we're going to try to make that happen. So then you have to know to see beyond that human natural trait of escape the dedication, to find a way, to sneak away, to have what you want without paying for it. It's in your interest as a human nature or as a human person to be economically savvy. So if you don't have to put in your work ethic and have the whole trophy anyway, the body, the health, the status symbol, your life, your successes, why not have it? And here's the funny thing, it's so good, that what you get for free you never really see is any worth anyway. What you don't have to work hard for, invest yourself in, sacrifice for, is never gonna feel like that big medal of honor anyway. So then it's like you're sitting here with some things or some accomplishments that you kind of just, what was that? I get it, because you didn't really make it with hard work and dedication. There's something that gives so much reward and satisfaction to put in yourself wholeheartedly and give your passion a test. How much do you want it? So the universal truth that is good to know in fitness and body transformation is that accept that in your pursuit to change, if you're not changing your mind about how do you perceive hard work and why you're doing it, if you don't want to change that mindset, change your mind, transform your mind to be happy that you have a body to build, happy that you're aware that you can change your body, your health, your life. If you are not willing to transform your mind, you won't transform the body. So not only until you have really got into, wow, I have all these tools of chiseling my mind, change the way I'm telling myself that I don't want to do it, into I am honored that I have a body to train. It gives me character. I love to put myself through this because the character I'm building is beyond what the average human can put themselves through to do. So you become a masterpiece in your mind, which always tends up to show in your body. And if you then wonder, but I know doctors and PhDs and experts who they know everything about nutrition, but why don't they have the bodies? Because again, motivation. Number two, they might be knowing what to do. Doesn't mean that they want to do it or have the wisdom. I know how to technically go to YouTube and manufacture a car, and I can read myself up to it. Doesn't mean that I'm going to do it. When you set up your life routine now and your health goals and you wonder why am I doing it and I'm not motivated, how do I motivate myself, and you kind of get that fear of what if I don't want to do it anymore, see it as the opportunity to revisit your what are you doing it for. That you don't have to hold on to your outdated, expired fitness ambitions. You gotta see past the body of visually sexy looking. If you can kind of cut a band, a tie from why you need to be a sex symbol, if you think about it. Why do you have to be fertile looking like you can pop out 5 kids? What is it in your interest? If you can think about the fit feeling, how you feel without looking at your body 24/7. If you can see what an amazing adventure and joy of life every day. If you can find a way to enjoy what is the healthy, happy lifestyle of exercise, healthy nutrition, and mindset and reconditioning how you perceive things, to go inwards and study, and meditation and wellness and take care of your body, It's really about giving yourself that attention, just like you give the whole world attention. You start with yourself. So when you see that, instead of being angry and criticizing your body for never being good enough, which you could be the most beautiful person in the whole world, built and fit, strong, and still never see it because you don't want to. You always find something. And that is what I also want you to know, that to always have something to work on and want to keep on building or evolve or expand is no different than if you're a musician or you're an artist, that you push your capacity, your talent, not because you think you have to be better or to be perfect, but the whole of everyday practice towards achieving more and more higher definition of yourself. Really how do I say it? Really of repeating what you do like a craft. And the perfection in it is the continuum of doing it. That you're not having that goal of the destination in the future, that one day I'm gonna be singing good enough, or being enough good of a runner, or being the perfect body. Because it's the daily joy of doing it, living it. So when you think about, I want to achieve my perfect body, you still can't escape that dream. You gotta really see what is it for and how. And the perfection thing is to understand that just today, to do what you want to be doing, what you want to write the story about yourself doing, how you see yourself in your inner movie or your film of when you are that person who does walk the talk. That is what you want to kind of establish and live out every day. So when you set up your fitness goals and your health goals, your life goals, think about, why am I doing it? What motivates me? Why does it motivate me? What do I want out of that every day? I live my life today and I make myself happy in the day what I do. All I have in my life every day is my favorite kind of bag of candy of life things. Meditation, reading, studying, training, stretching. It doesn't mean that I'm always going to be very motivated or energized to do it, but I know how it makes me feel. And if there's no toughness, or sometimes it's a really challenge to do it, then it is like going to the gym and train under my capacity over and over and wonder what would happen if I put myself through it, pushed myself to challenge myself, if I faced my fears of knowing that I can't fail as much as I keep on succeeding at doing it, to committing, that I cannot fail, because the whole fail is like muscle failure. Without that, you're not going to grow. So I look forward to being able to see that, wow, there's a limit. Now I can go past it. So that is what I want you to think about when you set up your whole life about it. So you can kind of put your chapter of yo-yo dieting and giving yourself up, defeating yourself, sabotage yourself, feeling defeated and hate yourself for it. Like, give that up, because it's a waste of lifetime when you can spend every day focus on yourself, on your terms, and the motivation for doing it is because you want to be your best today. You're not waiting for it. You're already living that body, that life, that mind that you talk about is what you want to be. But in order to be it, you have to practice every day. The more you choose your thoughts and you choose your actions, the more you become the sum of all that work up to this point. And then the whole day is perfect. That you're here today to do what you want to do in the day. That's why I say seize the training day. And that day is due every day for me. Of the body, the mind, or both. Every day. That's heaven on earth for me. Fighter at Nirvana. Bliss. To be able to love what is always going to be harder than kind of just be a worm laying on the couch eating candy. That I have the opportunity, I can do that. I can be that person, but I don't want to. And now I have reconditioned myself so much that what I do is my nature, is not something that I have to force myself to do. Because I chose to evolve and realizing that there is no force, it's just my choice. And I'm happy to be aware that my choices make me happy. And that's my daily goal, to be happy with what I'm here, where I'm going, without waiting for when I think that I have achieved enough. That's my way of life.